You ever wondered why the loudest person in the room suddenly disappears? But some weeks ago, they were the life of every gathering. That laughter, that noise, that energy was never possible without them. Maybe you're thinking it's because something broke, but the answer is not what you expect. In this video, we're sharing 7 reasons why extroverts become introverts. Whether you're an extrovert feeling the pull inward, or someone watching a once outgoing soul go quiet, this video is the clarity you didn't know you needed. If you love to explore personality psychology and grow yours one better, hit that subscribe button and press the notification bell, so you won't miss out on a single video. Reason 1. Emotional burnout drains. Ever feel like you're everyone's personal spark plug? That's the extrovert's curse. We're expected to light up every room, fuel every laugh, lead every plan, and check in on everyone like it's our full-time job. We become the human espresso shot, always on, always buzzing. But guess what? Even sunshine gets tired of shining. Deep down, it starts to wear you out. You laugh while your soul whispers for quiet. You smile while secretly craving silence. You nod through conversations that feel like noise. And suddenly, parties feel exhausting. Crowds, draining. You start canceling plans, not because you're rude, but because you're finally choosing yourself. And here's the kicker, you begin to fall in love with the stillness. With being off. With hearing your own thoughts. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. You're not losing your spark. You're redirecting it inward. Because sometimes, the loudest act of strength is finally getting quiet. Reason 2. Life throws curveballs. Let's be real, sometimes, life just slams into you. It's not about being introverted or extroverted, it's about surviving. You lose someone. You get betrayed. Your heart gets shattered into confetti. And suddenly, the world doesn't feel safe anymore. The noise, the crowds, the constant chatter, it all feels too loud for a soul that's barely holding it together. You stop showing up to the group hangouts, not because you don't care, but because you do. You're protecting your peace. You're rebuilding. Healing isn't always pretty, it's messy, quiet, sacred. You start craving solitude like air. Space becomes your therapy. People say, you've changed, but they don't see the battles you've fought in silence. Truth is, you haven't lost your spark, you've just stopped performing. You don't need an audience to process your pain. You need stillness to stitch your soul back together. And in that space, you're not just surviving, you're transforming, quietly, powerfully, unapologetically. Reason 3. Choosing meaning over hype. There comes a moment when you just snap, not in anger, but in awareness. The loud music, the selfies, the endless small talk. It all starts to feel like cotton candy for the soul, sweet, but totally empty. You used to chase the hype, the likes, the laughs. But now, you crave something real. You want eye contact, not eye rolls. Conversations that go deeper than how's work. You want to talk about dreams, fears, purpose, stuff that actually matters. The crowd once gave you life, now it just drains you. You don't need applause anymore, you need alignment. You stop performing. You start being. You stop proving your worth out loud and start feeling it in silence. It's not that you hate people, you just can't fake it anymore. You'd rather connect with one soul than entertain 50 strangers. That's not losing your spark. That's refining your flame. You're not going quiet, you're going deeper. Reason 4. Changing priorities and loving peace more. Let's face it, aging isn't just about back pain and better skincare routines. It's a full-on perspective upgrade. You stop craving chaos and start craving clarity. That wild party with 15 people and zero depth, replaced by a soulful coffee with just one friend who gets you. The club? Nah, give me a sunrise walk and inner peace. You realize your nervous system isn't built for constant stimulation, it wants stillness. Your time becomes sacred. You don't waste it on noise anymore. You protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. And here's the twist, what once felt like missing out now feels like mastery. Choosing solitude isn't sad, it's smart. It's not about being antisocial. It's about being pro-self. You're not boring, you're evolving. You don't need a crowd to feel alive. You just need you. That's not introversion, it's self-respect dressed as peace. And honestly, nothing feels more powerful than that. Reason 5. Too much socializing early on. In your younger years, you go full throttle. Every party, every hangout, every spontaneous let's go feels like oxygen. You're the yes machine. The social butterfly is on overdrive. But here's the plot twist: too much people-pleasing without pause. It catches up to you, hard. One day, it's not fun anymore. It's exhausting. You feel like you've been performing on a stage without an intermission. You realize you've met everyone, except yourself. And that hits deep. So you pull back. You cancel plans. You stop forcing smiles. Not because you're bitter, but because you're finally listening. You don't retreat to hide, you retreat to arrive. To discover who you are without all the noise. It's not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. You're not losing your spark, you're realigning it. The wild extrovert phase? Beautiful, yes. But this phase? Sacred. And in this sacred silence, you meet someone extraordinary, you. And that, my friend, changes everything. Reason 6. Realizing just wearing a mask all along. This one's raw, but real. Sometimes, what we call extroversion is just a disguise. A loud laugh to cover the silence. A crowded schedule to avoid sitting still. You weren't thriving, you were surviving. Smiling, joking, hosting, all while your nervous system screamed for rest. You weren't the life of the party, you were scared of the silence. Afraid that if you stopped talking, people might leave. Or worse, you'd hear your thoughts. But healing flips the script. You start peeling back the layers. You realize you weren't extroverted, you were exhausted from trying to belong. Now, you don't chase connection. You create it with yourself first. You stop fearing alone time. You start craving it. Silence, once terrifying, becomes truth. It doesn't feel empty anymore, it feels like freedom. No more masks. No more pretending. Just you. Whole, present, and finally at peace. And honestly, that's the most powerful version of you yet. Reason 7. Choosing presence over people. At some point, even the most high-energy extrovert slams into a wall, not out of bitterness, but out of burnout. It's not that you hate people, you just stop needing the spotlight. You crave something deeper. Something real. You start walking slower, breathing fuller, listening like it matters. You stop chasing the next laugh and start chasing the truth. You don't want to be the loudest in the room anymore, you want to feel alive in it. Suddenly, presence becomes the new party. You begin choosing meaning over momentum, stillness over stimulation. It's not that you're disappearing, it's that you're diving in. You retreat not to hide, but to hear your own thoughts, your own voice, your own soul. Solitude doesn't scare you anymore. It sharpens you. It becomes a sanctuary, not a sentence. And in that quiet, you don't fade. You rise. Clarity isn't out there. It's been waiting for you in the stillness all along. So if you're an extrovert who's changing, if the world feels too loud, and you're craving quiet, you're not broken. You're blooming. Maybe it's not that you've become an introvert. Maybe you've just come home to yourself. If this resonated, don't just scroll past. Leave a comment and tell us your story. How have you changed? What does solitude mean to you now? Until the next video. Thanks for watching.